to match up with the Chicago Bears.
Set to kick off.
No two NFL teams have played more often than the Bears and Packers, and we're underway from Lambeau. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. That's taken in by the tight end, Josiah DeGuara. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards right off the bat. And a quick first down. The throw over the middle taken in. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. Now Rodgers. A big seam, and he might go all the way. 30, 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Chicago.
All over you.
So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears.
Packers nothing. Graham Gano set to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy...
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Got an open man, it's Valdez-Scantling. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very solid gain of 27.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Devontae Adams, his intended receiver. 3rd down here. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
trailing to his right. Brings up fourth down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So on now for the Packers at their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And the 13-year man puts it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
25-yard line.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson, and he completes it to Cohen. He'll have a first down past the 40, and he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down.
It's a gain of 17
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Tariq Cohen. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
He was taken down at the 50-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
The ball carrier.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
This is the receiver turned running back, Cordero Patterson. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Brings up 2nd and...
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And now Jackson will look to throw it. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he's got this down to the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
They ran that one well. And not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Jackson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 12-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
On the play.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They run with Patterson. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 10 more there and another first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. Jackson will keep it, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears.
Chicago.
Tyree Jackson with his 16th touchdown of the year as the Bears push further out in front. And they wasted no time right down near the goal line, and they just sneak it in.
Just do what you need to do. Big guys going up front. Have the field general, the leader, just fall in behind him.
Graham Gano set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Aaron Jones, the ball carrier. He was brought down at the 45-yard line.
To throw, it's Rodgers. He's going to go deep for Funchess. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Well, their first 2 drives only yielded 3 points. They might be thinking it's time to make something happen. Push the ball downfield and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They'll try the left side. It's Patterson, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Great effort by Derwin James on the stop.
Second down at the 6-yard line.
Second and 16. Here's Jackson to throw. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. Give him 9 yards on the second down screen play.
A gain of 9.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a third down.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. From the gun, it's Jackson. Being chased out left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And some room to roam now. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a one-score game.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 34-yard line.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Jackson from the shotgun. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Cohen. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down.
Brings up 4th down.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Tyler Ervin back deep. Eight yards on the return following a punt of 41. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
32-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Rodgers to throw. He'll find his tight end here, DeGuara. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
So many times someone's success is the product of a lot of things coming together really well. And for Aaron Jones in 2019, it all came together for him. He stayed healthy, was on the field.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Makes the score Packers 17, Bears 13.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they have.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
It's caught by Funchess. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
The 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's got it. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. They'll roll him out right, and he's brought down. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Jackson. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be out right at the 35. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
First down, Bears.
Well, one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Again, Jackson. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Do that again. Play a couple of times already.
Jackson will throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
3rd down. And 10 yards to go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And Jackson throwing once more. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Throwing is Jackson. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that is going to be incomplete. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is going to be Packer football. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers! Josiah DeGuara hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Packers. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. Throwing now is Rodgers. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
On the return, the Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And he whips that one incomplete there.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. Touchdown, Chicago! Darnell Mooney, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bears get a bit closer. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. He sets to fire deep. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 41 yards.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Number 50. Hey, you block over here.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He'll find DeGuara complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
It's a pickup of
Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers add on to their lead.
Mason Crosby.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go.
19.
Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he returns this to the 22.
Cordero Patterson on the return. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They begin the drive on the ground with Cohen. Josh Jackson, the former Iowa Hawkeye, made the play defensively.
The ball carrier.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Lets this one rip toward Graham, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Green Bay, Wisconsin is the spot. 3rd quarter inside Lambeau. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rodgers. He's going to let this one go deep. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers on fire. His 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Rodgers going to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more.
48. Bears 19.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now it's Patterson. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Patterson on the return. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Play action. Now Jackson. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Jackson's pass.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jackson. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, first down. And Jimmy Graham, of course, a guy who's been around a while. Been with New Orleans, Seattle, and most recently with Aaron Rodgers and these Green Bay Packers the last 2 seasons. Had 93 catches in a Packer uniform and went over 1,000 yards combined in those 2 years as well. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Throw over the middle, caught by DeGuara. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. When we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that his only FBS offer was a walk-on at Illinois.
And now he's the pride of Butte Junior College, of course at Cal. And I remember watching him play at Cal, and he would run 7-on-7 drills. Angry if the ball ever hit the ground, and it didn't do it very often.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score Packers 48. Bears
back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Funches has it complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A nice gain of 21 yards. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Rodgers again now. That's complete right around the 8. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Josiah DeGuara with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Packers continue to roll. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. Rodgers to throw once more. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Score Packers 54. Bears.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. And this is going to be Packer football.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Down right around the 25. The Roquan Smith, the Bears' leading tackler last season, makes the stop. Again, it's Jones. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Give him 6 yards in the first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
A.J. Dillon, the ball carrier, taken down at the 14-yard line.
Again, it's Dillon. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Now Jones. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
They'll try again with Jones. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with third down upcoming.
7 yards. It's now 3rd and goal.
They'll try and run. Dillon. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Throwing right, and that's complete.
Jackson.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
A gain of
1 thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes,
down,
you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the gun, Jackson. The connection made. It's Graham. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Go, check.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw again is Jackson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
In his own end zone, it's Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Rodgers looking to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He'll find his tight end here, DeGuara. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. Here's Rodgers. He'll buy some time right. And he's brought down.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
Taken about 7 yards deep.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. One last shot for Jackson. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football.
Final score, Packers.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Packers, the win is a good one for morale, but little else as they move to 3-8. And they'll get another home date next week as the Eagles will come to town. Meanwhile, for Chicago, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.